All right, it is time for CSS Battle for August 22nd. Today's CSS Battle brought to you by the letter H. All right, what do we want to do? I'm going to select the HTML with a star selector. I was arguing about whether to use star or ampersand. I'm going to use ampersand and hopefully remember to change it to star because I often trip over myself by not remembering that. I'm going to say background. I'm going to do a linear gradient from 90 degrees. It's going to be white to pink. It's going to have a hard stop at, I don't know what that is, 70 pixels. This number is going to be wrong anyway. I don't know why I'm spending time getting it right, but Okay, that is the first part. Now I want to say 0 slash, what's that going to be? 200 pixels? Trying to get the background to repeat. Okay, the pink is way too much. That's because I made it that way. Do I need to limit the pink? It looks like I do. It looks like the gap in the middle here is wider than the gap on the end. So I need at least some more white to get that to work. So I have to add a stop. So this is going to be, I don't know what that is, 50 pixels. And then back to white, 0. Why did that collapse? Oh, because it's not 50 pixels. It's going to be like 130. 1300, 130. Okay, that's close, but not correct. Is it 190? Looks like it's 190. Okay, now I'm going to provide a fallback color, which is going to seem weird, but more later. All right, so that's the first part that I want. 80 pixels. I'll have to do math, so I'm going to bring up a calculator. 80, 16 divide is 5. I think I can use 5M here. And 130, 16 is, of course, 8.125, which is longer than I like. Okay, still matching. All right. Now I'm going to select star for my body. And I'm going to say border radius 1 inch. Just something big. It doesn't really matter what it is. I'm going to say margin of, I don't know, 140. I'm going to do this temporarily. Background. Red. Okay, 140 is too much. 130. That's actually pretty close in height and width. 125. And then it needs to be less on the sides. So let's make it 70. 60. Why did it push entirely out? Oh, because I made it 6. 60. 50. That looks like the right size. Now, what I'm going to try to do is to get this gradient to basically fall to 0, because right now it's got nothing because I'm not inheriting. Now it has the gradient. So I'm going to try to make the gradient go to 0 by saying font 0% A, and it went to white. Why did it go to white? I was hoping that providing this fallback as black, that when this collapsed, it would all be black, but that is not working, which is unfortunate. I mean, worst case, this all goes back to pixel. Well, that can stay 5M because that's a reasonable number. This was what, 130, which is going to be 140Q, 141, 39, 38Q, and this just becomes background black. Not white, black. Let's see if that's a match. And if I'm doing that, then I don't need this. Not quite a match. Why isn't it a match? 49? Nope. 50, 51, 50. So because of this, 30 pixels, 20, 25. Let's put this back to pixels. I mean, I don't see anything in the diff that would make the Q not work, but sometimes what you see is not what the engine thinks. Okay, so that's the problem. All right, let's put this back to 1 inch, see if that still works. Okay, happy with that. All right. Huh. Let's try something. Let's try putting this back. And what is 190? No, the repeat. Chasing the repeat's not going to work. Let's get rid of, let's comment that out because we still need it. So right now I'm seeing 1175M. Is that not what it was? 8.125. Okay. Now, if my size goes, I think if my size changes, it's just going to repeat more. Let's check. That can't be right. All right, so what I'm doing with font here is because M is a multiplier of the font size. If I set the font size to 0, then things work. Let's see if that's working. All right, do I need this one or can this one go away? 30 pixels, that one can go away. Oh, I wish this wasn't so long. It is so long. I mean, of course, I could use a variable there, but declaring a variable and all that fun stuff makes things longer. So I'm trying to play a trick with font. I've seen others do this. Seth has kind of explained the way this works. Seth Kuhn, Seth Sinners, the div on YouTube. By using this trick, you're basically making this number, this big dumb number 0, which means that my fallback black gets applied to the background. All right, can I do something with margin and save a character? What's 125? It's like 30%. 1, 2, of course it's 31.5. No, it's not even that. All right, that's not going to save characters. So let's put it back. Any other ways to save characters? I'd like to get this to not be that. What did I have before? 138Q? That looks perfect. Am I zoomed? No? But the diff engine does not like that. So 130. I don't know of any good. Let's check. New window. Where do I get a new window? New tab. Bookmarks. Bookmark. Why can I not find the thing? Maybe it's under here. Color mixer unit golf. Well, 130 pixels. Yeah, there's nothing good. 30. That's more characters. Cues aren't going to work. There's no good substitute for that. So 130 pixels it is. All right, that's the best I'm going to do today. It's not awful. I'm not displeased with this solution. 134 characters. Save a couple spaces here and here and here. Everything else looks pretty tight. So that's going to be it for today. Took 12, a little over 12, 13 minutes. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.